Not every trip to the beach can be peaceful. Unusual encounters, ugly incidents, and incredible creatures can make an appearance. Here are some of the beach incidents that no one would believe if they weren't recorded. If you're ready, we'll get started in no time. Giant ocean sunfish. A giant ocean sunfish weighing more than 2,000 kilograms was recently caught off the coast of Sudan. It took a crane to move the living rock that was caught in a fishing net. The fish was 3.2 meters long and 2.9 meters wide. It was so big that it almost broke the 1,000 kilogram scale. Spanish marine biologist Enrique told The Guardian that an ocean sunfish of this size only exists in books. This sunfish gets its unique name from its habit of surfacing on the surface of the sea to sunbathe. It must be nice to sunbathe and never get sunburned. The big-nosed sea monster. On January 5th, some fishermen in Bremen were getting ready to start their day when they found an 8-meter-long shark, almost the size of a pickup truck. The cause of death is still unknown. The scientific name of this shark is Saturninus maximus, the largest sea monster. These are the second largest fish, right after whale sharks. Despite their frightening appearance and large size, they are harmless to humans and feed mostly by moving with their mouths open, filtering seawater through their gills. They consume only plankton and other small sea creatures. Giant grouper. This huge, rock-like fish was found dead on the beach. It was so heavy that a crane was needed to move it. This fish washed up on the beach due to the red tide. A red tide event is a bloom of harmful algae that can cause serious harm to marine life. Although this creature is the stuff of nightmares, beachgoers found this giant quite fascinating. It is really sad to see such a big fish die this way. Jelly blob. What would be your first thought if you came across something like this? A clip filmed in October 2018 in an unknown location shows a giant species of jellyfish on the beach. The last thing you would want to do when trying to understand the true nature of this blob would be to touch or hold it. These locals did so out of curiosity. Apart from looking quite strange, they are also quite dangerous. It could be anything from a jellyfish to an alien. And its sting has the potential to be quite deadly. Woman catching bluefin tuna. Catching a tuna of this size would probably be the catch of a lifetime for the average fisherman. Images posted on social media in February 2022 show this woman catching a massive 1,000-pound bluefin tuna off the coast of Florida. It was a coordinated effort by a group of fishermen and the help of a David. The catch is worth a fortune and shows the skill of the fishermen. Angry hippo hunt. Nobody knows who or what made this hippo angry, but it is clear that the hippo is angry. The video, taken in June 2021, shows an incredibly angry hippo chasing a boat carrying tourists on Lake Victoria in Kenya. The tourists, who had set out to explore the area, were being chased by a hippo that was following them a few feet away. Suddenly, the giant animal couldn't take it anymore and started to chase them. Imagine if the boat didn't start on time, or the engine stopped for some reason. It would have been really scary. Surfer battles shark. No matter how much you love being on the water, this incident is sure to traumatize anyone. The video was taken during a world surfing competition in South Africa in July 2015. The three-time world champion Australian was attacked by a shark that approached him from behind. In a desperate attempt to survive, he hit the shark several times. He wedged his surfboard in the shark's mouth and managed to escape unharmed. The surfing competition was cancelled shortly after the incident. Hundreds of whales. October 13, 2022. Nearly 500 pilot whales washed ashore on the islands of New Zealand. According to experts, these whales died from a disease that can spread quickly because they travel in groups. When they get sick, they can't swim against ocean currents at high tide. 2 groups of whales washed ashore and hundreds of them died shortly after. Some were unfortunately euthanized. Scientists believe that climate change may be the main cause of these events. Shark eating dolphin carcass. Even witnessing nature's brutal wild moments is better than a zoo. Drone footage taken off the coast of Southern California in 2020 shows a great white shark tearing into the bloody carcass of a dolphin in the middle of lunch. As frightening as they are, sharks are the cleaners of the ocean. Moments like this, where a predator plays its part in the balance of nature, are rarely captured. Unknown marine organism. Maybe it belongs to a crashed UFO or something else. A clip taken by a local resident in October 2012 shows a strange-looking organism found on a remote beach in Australia. It also looks like a small human figure, with a body very similar to the alien drawings we know. It is one of those unidentified flying objects or saucers. Could it have crashed somewhere with this object inside it? If you look closely at the clip, it looks like it is still alive, but perhaps badly injured. According to the source of the video, this thing has been placed under observation as part of a marine survey and has been banned from entering or leaving the area. The forest on the ship. With the increasing effects of climate change, the idea of exporting floating forests could be very useful and interesting. The shipwreck is a 109-year-old ship that was naturally transformed into a floating forest after it was abandoned. It was built as a huge 1140-ton ship and launched in 1911. During World War I, it served American troops stationed in the Pacific region. After 6 to 10 years of service, the coal-carrying ship was retired and then sent to a bay, never to return. The ship lies in a bay that was once a bustling commercial center, but was later turned into a ship-breaking yard. Decommissioned ships that once carried coal are abandoned until they are filled with trees. Crocodile chase. This video from May 2021 shows a 22-year-old young man who had the scariest moment of his life while fishing for tarpon at sunrise in a tropical Florida wetland. Fortunately, he managed to catch a fish, but that's when things got out of hand. As he was trying to get the fish out, a huge hungry crocodile started chasing him, and the young man was suddenly surprised. Seconds later, the crocodile returned to the water. Judging by the crocodile's body language, it doesn't like having its territory invaded. Giant leatherback turtle. If you've never seen a turtle this big, it's probably because it's an introvert. This video, uploaded by an unknown source in October 2018, shows a giant sea turtle that was found. According to the source, the shocked crowd that gathered to see the rare sight caused the turtle to return to the water and disappear minutes later. Shark attacks inflatable boat. Great white sharks are gaining a reputation for predation. The video, taken in April 2014 off the coast of Mussel Bay, South Africa, shows a curious and possibly hungry great white shark appearing out of nowhere. It bites into the inflatable boat with its razor-sharp teeth as it watches the people on board. Surprisingly, considering how vulnerable the boat is to sharp objects, it stayed intact, or at least didn't sink, which would have been a nightmare. If you are sailing in a place like this soon, you might want to avoid inflatable boats. A bull on the beach. Normally, the purpose of going to the beach is to enjoy nature and peaceful scenery, but not on this beach. A video taken in October 2017 shows a partially restrained bull running around as locals put on a show. Although this situation is quite dangerous, it doesn't stop adrenaline junkies from having the time of their lives. Without proper precautions, this situation could turn into a terrible tragedy. Zombie fish. A fisherman found a group of dead fish, and thanks to a trick he knew, he was able to bring them back to life. Suction cup mouth catfish are known to hibernate and their bodies become dry and dead, but when water is poured over them, they come back to life. Lucky woman escapes jet ski. This video shows how important luck and wits can sometimes be. These girls were having a normal day at the beach, taking pictures on a jet ski, when suddenly another jet ski came out of nowhere. Luckily, the girl on the jet ski got off just in time to avoid being hospitalized. I don't even want to think what would have happened if she hadn't noticed the jet ski coming towards her. The rare albino whale. Every now and then we come across a video of a stranded humpback whale on the internet. We all know they are huge, but have you ever seen a white humpback whale? Albinism, which causes them to have white skin, is caused by a lack of melanin. On June 16, 2022, the carcass of an albino whale washed ashore on Malakuta Beach in the eastern Australian state of Victoria. Authorities said it belonged to a female humpback whale. Beach disappears in Australia. In September 2018, a large section of Inskip Beach was swallowed by the ocean. Terrified visitors were stunned and recorded the event as it happened. The landslide was the largest of its kind at nearly 300 meters. It was the third such event to occur in the same area in Queensland, Australia. Fortunately, these Australians were able to capture the moment on camera. Gift from the sea. One morning on the beautiful beach of the island of Langiug, a gift came from the sea to the children. Thousands of children's eggs had washed ashore. Because plastic can disrupt the ecosystem of the sea, environmentalists immediately got to work. But they couldn't carry all the eggs themselves, so they asked the children to collect them. These eggs arrived after a hurricane hit northern Germany. A cargo ship carrying these children's eggs from China to Germany was caught in the hurricane and the sacks were lost. Mysterious blue creature. Thousands of tiny sailboat-like blue gelatinous creatures washed ashore in San Pedro in April 2019. These sea creatures, which attracted the attention of residents, were named by wind sailors. These little things are more like colonies of hydroids, small plant-like creatures that live in salty seawater. According to fishermen, the presence of these tiny species indicates that the sea has a healthy ecosystem. Mobile pickles. These thousands of translucent sea creatures that look like baby cucumbers have washed up on the Oregon coast. They are bioluminescent animals. Each pickle is a colony of individual organisms, and these organisms are called pyrosomes. Usually, pyrosomes are rarely seen on such beaches. That's why marine biologists are shocked by the large number of pyrosomes washing up on the shore. The oceans are full of strange-looking but amazing things. Ice tsunami on the beach. As if the usual tsunami wasn't bad enough, video taken by a local resident in January 2021 shows water waves bringing ice ashore. Driven by strong winds, the coast is overrun by huge blocks of ice, with each passing wave dropping a new chunk of ice. It's as if nature is throwing the huge blocks at the residents. Friendly giant stingray. Stingrays can be very playful. This clip, filmed on a beach in Spain in 2017, shows a giant stingray surfacing while a local was feeding fish. Surprisingly, this giant stingray was so friendly that not only did it let her feed it, but it even patted her on the back several times, even though the dagger glands on its tail, which it uses against predators, have a huge needly. This stingray seems very friendly. A drowning dog rescued. We all know that dogs are man's best friend and will do anything for their owners. Footage from 2017 in Amsterdam shows the aftermath of a dog falling off a pier into the water while playing. While most animals are natural swimmers, they are vulnerable to strong currents and cold water that can overwhelm even the best swimmers. The dog's best friend, a woman, comes to the poor dog's aid and does her best to save him. Another Good Samaritan enters the water to help. If there is such a strange event among the articles that you like the most or that you know about, you can mention it in the comments section. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell button to be informed about other content. You can also go to the next video on the right and left. I will wait for you there. Bye-bye.